The phone rang at 9:47 a.m., a time that felt ordinary, too mundane to carry danger. I was at my desk, half focused on the quiet where my computer, when an unknown number flashed. I hesitated, but answered. "Mr. Hale?" A measured, professional female voice. "I'm the college counselor at Brookview High. I wanted to discuss Emma and Ryan's financial aid paperwork. Their mother hasn't responded." Downstairs, our wife laughed at something on her phone, her voice light and carried through the vents. I said I wasn't aware of any applications. She paused just long enough to make the silence uncomfortable. "Oh, I see. They mentioned you prefer not to be involved in their college planning." I ended the call politely, my hand shaking slightly as I set the phone down. Not involved. The phrase lodged in my mind like smoke curling against the walls. I remembered last week's dinner, the sidelong glances, Emma saying, "Don't worry about our college stuff, Dad. We got it handled," and my wife quietly agreeing, "Yes, maybe let them do their thing. Keep your opinions to yourself." The words it said, soft but sharp. I didn't reply. Then, listening to her effortless laughter downstairs now, something inside me shifted. If they didn't want my opinions, they wouldn't get my money either. That night, I watched them planning, Ryan's laptop glowing between them with college websites and essay drafts. My wife perched beside them, casual, her hand brushing his shoulder like she belonged there. I lingered longer than I should have, unnoticed, or maybe deliberately ignored. Their voices were low, conspiratorial, their laughter rehearsed. When my wife glanced up and met my eyes, she didn't flinch, just gave that careful, soft smile that always made me feel unreasonable. "We're almost done," she said. "Don't stay up worrying." I nodded. I didn't worry. I watched. I began noticing details. The locked folder on her desktop labeled private documents, the calls she took in the car, the subtle transfers from our joint account. Small, frequent, invisible. Every night, she said, "It's all under control." Control, a word I once owned, had become hollow, foreign. I realized I was funding a life I no longer belonged to. And still, I said nothing. Silence had become my armor. I started digging quietly. Bank statements, browser history, old emails. Truth leaves traces. The counselor had been right. My name was absent from every application. Their mother alone listed as financial contributor. A tidy narrative. Stepfather uninvolved, prefers to stay out of it. The essay drafts were worse. Emma's personal statement began. "Growing up, my stepfather never believed in me. Always opinions, always in the way." I read it again and again. She had spun my restraint into neglect. My wife had approved every version. Sending feedback. "Emphasize your independence. Don't mention him. It complicates things." Complication. That's what I'd become. So I stopped financing complications. I withdrew what was mine, leaving just enough to maintain appearances. Then I waited. The counselor called again. "Mr. Hale, I tried contacting your wife, but the tuition payment didn't go through. The account was declined." I almost felt sorry for her. "Perhaps she should handle it herself," I said. A pause, then acknowledgement. That evening, I came home early. My wife was on the phone, frantic. "No, there must be a mistake. The funds should be there. Check again." I stayed silent in the doorway. She turned, startled, recognition dawning across her face. "You didn't." "I did." I laid the printed emails, counselor messages, and essay drafts on the counter. "Just like you asked," I said. Her breath caught. "And my wallet, too." Silence filled the house, broken only by the clock ticking. Emma came downstairs, confused. "Mom, what's happening?" She stopped the payments. My wife said softly, "You can't do that. This is our future." Emma shot back. "Our future?" I repeated. Funny, I thought I wasn't part of it. Ryan appeared, frozen mid-step. I didn't need to raise my voice. The quiet carried weight. "I read your essay. I told Emma, the one where I'm the obstacle. You wrote about the man who never believed in you." She paled, mouth opening and closing. I turned to my wife. "You edited it, guided it. You built your independence from my absence." Her eyes filled with regret, fear, maybe shame. Too late. I moved out 2 weeks later. Calls came once, twice. I ignored them. Silence felt cleaner. Final. Sometimes I think of that morning call, the counselor's polite confusion. It was the first honest moment in months. They wanted freedom from my opinions. They got it, and I learned that chosen silence isn't weakness, it's control. I built my new life on it, cold, simple, untouchable. The last thing I told her before leaving, tell them their tuition bill is an opinion. They can keep it to themselves, too. And I never looked back.